Find out the most comfortable position of the body. We are going into a little higher journey. Eyes are gently closed. Awareness of the body from the top of the head to the toes. And aware of the position and the posture of the body. We heard from many teachers that presence is important. By gently closing the eyes, being aware of the body position and posture, are we being present here and now? Will increase the intensity of being present. We have already been doing Om Namah Shivaya, the mantra, with an image, without an image, with presence. With eyes closed, you are aware of the space in front of you or at the back of you. Everywhere we find the space, whether it is darkness or simply blankness, or simply, can I say presence? What does it mean I'm present here? That's why I am aware of the space. Am I clear? And now, mentally, you have to recite the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You are doing it mentally with an image of the Shiva in front of you or at the back of you or inside you, on the right or left of you, on the top of it, anywhere. So you arrest that presence. I believe you are getting it, what I am saying. You see image of the Shiva while reciting mantra as quick as possible anywhere, front or back or sides or top or down, means you are arresting the presence of the mind. What we say normally, self-awareness. Continue. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Mentally you are doing it. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Mentally, the mantra recitation looks like the one I'm reciting loudly. You are doing it mentally. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. While doing it loudly, you have to regulate breathing. But when you're doing it mentally, you need not to regulate the breathing. So our presence is intact. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Mentally continue. So where the image you see, there the mantra goes. Where the mantra goes, there the image you see. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Continue. Pray first mentally with an image of the Shiva that you have in your mind. You can have any image, it will do. And now in the second stage of Om Namah Shivaya, you are gentle, you are reciting the mantra gently, long with a pause, like pause. In that pause, you see the Shiva. Namah. You see yourself with a humility. Shiva, and pause. You see the image of the Shiva. Shivaya. When you say Namaha, you see yourself with humility. It is all a play of the presence. And then Shivaya, the Shiva image. Mentally, you still see the image in front, or any image you see in front of you or inside your heart or outside anywhere. My master used to say that yes, in the beginning you can imagine that there is a very huge temple. In that temple, the Shiva is sitting in lotus pose, and you are bowing down with Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. You fill that pause with a presence. Let us see what happens to the mind. We want a transformation of the mind. Why? So that the mind can reflect the truth. And now, can we be little more gentle? Why? I would say more gentle and humble while saying mentally, Om Namah Shivaya. You say Om Namah Shivaya, you see inside or outside, and you wait how long the presence continues. Presence of what? Presence of the Shiva. We are going a little deeper. The presence of the Shiva means your presence. Say you have said it. Now you continue to feel the presence of the Shiva in front of you or inside your heart. And when the presence dissolves by the distraction of the mind, you start again. Om Namah Shiva. I believe you got it. After saying the presence continues or not, sometime after saying the mantra, the presence shifts to thought or feeling. Is it prarabdha or the past impression with its force returned? But we are not worried about it. If it returns, we can say it still. We don't worry about distraction or the past impressions. Why? We are aware, we can say it again. You might be aware where I'm taking you to. Shivaya. You see it mentally. You see it mentally. You wait as long as the presence of the Shiva continues in your mind, and the moment it dissolves, oh, your presence returns again to Om Namah Shivaya. And now check whether you are comfortable or not. Leave the mantra. So now we are checking it is natural. Why it is natural? When the mind runs after the world in one direction, means what the mind runs after the objects or a feeling or a thought or a thing. That is what we mean by the world. Instead, mind is looking inside, maybe into the space that is being comfortable. Mind turns inside, means rise in awareness. Yes, at a lower level, it is okay to experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That is okay. And in that state of being comfortable, you discern idam and aham. Master Krishna uses that many a times. Idam, aham. Idam is I am not. What I am not? I'm not a computer, I'm not you, I'm not body, I'm not mind, I'm not breath, intellect, and ego. And aham, I am. So the knower and the known. We are not doing anything, you're just playing, you're just aware. You are aware of the separation, the very presence moves here. The very presence moves here with idam and aham. Knower in the known. Why we are doing this, or why we want to have a clarity about what I am and what I am not. Because the mind in ignorance has taken for granted what I am not as I am. So the very presence moves here with knower and known. Aham and idam. I am and I am not. You just internally perceive a thought comes, idam. Feeling comes, idam. Emotions rise and fall, idam. Who knows all this? That is aham. So aham is always there. So that aham has to do with the Shiva or the Krishna. In the beginning, we are separating and we are going deeper. In the beginning, that I who knows the thought comes and left, feeling has come and gone, emotions rise and fall in the presence of aham, in the presence of the knower. I would say presence of aham. Aham is the knower. Aham is always there. Thought is there or thought is not there. How do you say? You recognize thought is not there. It means you are there. Aham is there. And you recognize the thought is, you recognize thought is there. How do you recognize? Because aham is there. So object, a thing, emotion or feeling may or may not be there. We, that presence. We started with the presence in today's journey. that presence is always there, not in a waking, but also in sleep, in dream states. Let the time come, we have to drop all the mantras together and continue to live in that presence during meditation. And how the mind melts, how it melts. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva. You are my father and mother. Why I said mind melts? Mind melts, meaning mind dissolves its own false creation of doer and doing. Mind divides itself into three, which is known as the Trinity. And that is why I mean Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva. You are my parents. Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva. You are my friend and sibling. You, that Shiva. Why? How come? So instead of looking the appearance of the Shiva, that Shiva appears as my parents, that Shiva appears as my sibling and friends. Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva. Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva. Tvameva vidya dravinam. You are the giver of the knowledge and the knowledge itself. Giver of the wealth. Giver of the knowledge, giver of the wealth. I normally translate in this way. Literal translation is different. You are the giver of the knowledge, you are the knowledge, you are also the giver of the wealth. Many types of wealth, inner wealth and external wealth. Tvameva sarvam mama devu deva. You are the God of all the gods and goddesses. You are one. Means all gods and goddesses are and now the mind seems to have settled. Just aware of the flow of the breath. You see the movement, and who sees the movement of the breath? You see the movement of the breath, or I would say the flow of the breath. So there are two things. One is the movement of the breath, and the second is one who sees the movement. One who sees the movement does not move, does not change, is para prakriti, what the Krishna says, and the movement of the breath or the flow is apara prakriti. Is it so simple? Yes, it is very simple. And now we will start with the third Om Namah Shivaya that we did in the very beginning. What is that third? You are aware of the space in front. You say Om Namah Shivaya, and you see the presence of the Shiva. Sakar Saguna. And you continue to see the presence. When the presence dissolves, either by the distraction of the mind or forgetfulness, you start again. See the presence, continue with the presence until it the presence of the Shiva dissolves. Now I am using the presence of the Shiva. Oh. Continue. Namah Shivaya. You see and you feel the presence of the image of the Shiva in front of you. And you continue with that presence and check that presence dissolves. Maybe because of ignorance, maybe because of distraction, maybe because of many other reasons. And your presence recollects, revives. How? Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. And now instead of enemies, you are still saying Om Namah Shivaya. You say Om Namah Shivaya, saying the mind moves deep inside the cave of your heart, and you are full of presence. Again, I am using the word presence, full of presence. Your mind remains there, but when the mind distracts even a little, you say again, Om Namah Shivaya. Mind moves inside the cave of the heart. That is all. So that is what the Krishna says. Sagun Nirakar means innermost self. Continue Namah Shivaya and moving the mind inside the cave of the heart. Only one difference. Now do it with eyes open. So open the eyes gently. Remain aware of saying Om Namah Shivaya, moving mind inside the cave of your heart, seeing all being presence of Om Namah Shivaya as innermost self. So at present we are maintaining the stillness in the body, and gradually we will even move the body and continue. Now you have to see how long in the midst of activities your Om Namah Shivaya continues, and when you forget, so remind again during the day and see what happens.